So yeah, Lucio's always fun to look at. Let's see, you're F5. I'm first gonna look at see if you're looking to enable. Slash who you're looking to enable. I like this rotation, obviously, because that's where we just had previously watched a video on this. But here, more or less, you could be looking to make a call of some sort to take an off angle with Shu. Assist someone, because Doomfist, as you know, doesn't really need someone with him. Because he has that kind of mobility on his own. You could maybe be looking to play with the Sojourn or play with the Echo. Preferably the Sojourn, because Echo has quirky mobility when it comes to Lucio. So maybe you and Soj could take a long rotate and come from behind. You could take an under rotate and meet this Sojourn on point. You could, if the Soj isn't making that call, just always, if you think that's a good idea, just try to make that call.
Alright.
Yeah, see, you don't really need to be with this Doomfist unless he's like taking on a 5v2 or like a 5v1. Because right here, just communicate with the team. Like, okay, let's look to take an off angle here. We want to try to split their focus as best we can, especially with the comp that we're running. That's how this comp wants to work. We want to like just take as many different angles and then engage all at the same time, like a dive. We want to be looking to play similarly to a dive here. So us being off like a 4-stack right here isn't really great.
Alright.
Let me get back with you. Your individual. Good pick. Recognize where you're rotating though. Yeah, like now you're not with anyone. We always want to try to have someone in that number, in this number 1 right here. Or you want to always try to be with at least one person. Yeah, careful. You don't need to be doing a lot of movement right now, do you?
I could get one tap.
Yeah, you could just be standing here. You could just be standing here, pressuring off this Ram. If this Ram's gonna walk on you, just kite back. But overall, this Ram is the only problem. You don't need to be dropping down here. You don't need to be peeking this angle. Yeah, you could just be sitting here and providing either speed or healing to whatever's needed. Mainly probably healing while waiting for your team to engage. Because right now we're in neutral play. We're in neutral play. No one's really doing anything. Doom isn't setting anything up. Soj isn't really setting anything up. So what's stopping us from just like jiggle peek in this corner or just pressuring out this Ram while also just sitting in the corner, sitting in cover? Nothing really. We could just be looking to utilize that. See? He probably lost his life because you are jerking off back here instead. Doing a lot of extra movement, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that we don't really need to be doing because it's because we were in neutral play.
Alright.
Yeah, good. I like that you're playing with Soj again. Good pressure. Yeah, I like that. Was good cover play though. Yep, just get back with the team if you lost Soj. Right there, we could have beat Agrest. You think? You think that would have been a solid idea, possibly?
Yeah, but the only problem I was thinking about was like, okay, we do this, right? They're probably just gonna block sustain enough, and then like ram afterwards instantly.
Then run by. We shouldn't be looking at the ram in the first place. Fine, if we're gonna beat Agrest, then just they can see this Moira, not Moira, Ana. Run on the Ana. Speed them onto the Ana. What do we have? Do we have Amp or? We're using Amp right now, so we could have had Amp right after that beat, and then sped on the Ana, sped on the point, even sped over here because he ulted or Doom ulted, so Doom's gonna pressure over here. So you just need to you could just speed Soj up and over to the Ana, speed him to this high ground, speed him over to be supporting the Doom ult. Keep the fight going, because especially on here where we only have 11 seconds remaining. There's nothing wrong with being aggressively beating, because that's something a lot of Lucios don't do. They just go ahead and they save it until the enemy pops something and they use it second instead of using it first. There's nothing wrong with using it first. And right there, yes, they popped ult, but it also would they popped ult, but we didn't use our ult, and We're gonna end up in the fight with not even having had used beat once. I don't think.
No.
We'll win the fight. That works too. I remember, do we need to be over here? I understand what you're trying to do, but could we not be doing this with someone else? Because are we near the team, really?
Yeah. I'm close to a Doom. I could just walk right over there in like 1 second.
But we don't really need to be with Doom, remember? We want to be more with the squishier character, Sojourn, because we want to be looking to speed them around and looking to enable that character, because the Doom doesn't really need the Lucio enabling. I understand the point of this, but we could just tab. We could just tab and listen to see if there's any swaps or what they're doing positionally.
Alright.
Just more or less unnecessary, I guess. Yeah, because now you're back with Soj, and it didn't really do much. Good cover play. A little unfortunate. What was the beat plan? That's what I'm curious about.
It was just a touch.
Yeah, obviously just a touch. Yeah, let's try to have a plan with beat as well. Not just for touch, or not just for ults. You could look to beat. Yeah, just try to be a little bit more aggressive with beat. I know we win this map this round, so this could be a little bit more interesting. How long is this? You could just sit on healing almost entirely until you recognize that your team wants to move in. We don't need to be like flipping back and forth through it. Like I said at the start of the last map, if you think that there's something that you want your Reaper to move in on, speed him in. Speed him in on this sim. Speed him in on this ROM. Reaper wins the ROM 1v1 all day. Especially with the Lucio speed and the healing benefit of him, then Reaper wins that, especially if they're also going to have team support. Don't be afraid to make some form of plan, especially if your team isn't doing so. If you think that that's the right idea. Yeah, playing a little risky with the wall rides. Yeah, you just hopped on a point accidentally.
Yeah, I tried to rotate with my Reaper. I should have just gone the right side instead.
Yeah, you should have just been attempting to enable that Reaper the entire time instead. Like you said. Nice taxi. Don't make yourself too much of a target though. Because yes, you want to be with the team, but you are aware of how big I might show you, but like how big Lucio's circle is. I can't see it here. Yeah, I can't see it, but Lucio's circle maybe extends all the way out to like here-ish. That's like this corner. So that means that you don't really need to, when we were pushing here, you don't need to be above the team when you could just be sitting right behind them while also getting the same benefit by just shooting forward. Because you're still a squishy. While yes, it feels fun to be jumping from here to here to here, good hit scan, or if this Kiriko was a good shot, dink dink, you're dead, because you're just making yourself such an open target by doing all that wall riding, and I guess again unnecessary movement really. Just because you can move doesn't mean you have to move. Yeah, like even right here, you don't need to be even grabbing onto that wall at all. This is fine. You have good speed back. I like that. Be careful. Ooh, almost a nice move. Oh, let's break it. Make sure you're with someone. ask you one thing. Overall, I really liked what I just watched. What is one thing that could have been a little bit different though? If I were to, let me actually reframe it. If I were to ask you mid-fight, who were you enabling?
Well, most of the time, no one really.
Yeah.
Other than technically a little bit of Tracer, but not really. That's just a coincidence.
Yeah. A lot
But I
of
was
the
just
time
going
when
to
you
follow up.
yeah, go.
Oh, I was just following up on the calls they were trying to make,
Mhm.
aka kitty disc, blah blah blah.
And which is, in some situations, is fine, but remember we want to be making sure that we're a support. We're not a DPS. You want to be doing this, what you're doing right now, go play Genji. We want to be maximizing our use of speed and healing on the team, because you sitting here and doing, while yes you're avoiding taking damage, but you're also doing damage, you're not healing the team, and you're also not speeding the team around, because you have no one in your vicinity by doing this while running. Because yes, you're doing something, you're not supporting though, I guess is the way to put it. You could be looking to utilize, maybe stand back here doing the same kind of chip damage, Reaper's still getting healing or speed. Do it on this side, they're both still getting healing or speed. Someone's getting healing or speed. Remember to be enabling someone. That's what you want to be looking to do, enabling or disengaging during a fight, instead of just kind of just doing your own thing. Because this is what I watch is kind of Reddit, and we don't. As you said, you want to get back into team play. We don't really want to be looking to play like that if we're on a team, because that team is going to get shut down if they don't have that Lucio speed with them. If they mid-fight, because yes, you want Lucio speed's good pre-fight and to get into the fight. It's also necessary to get out of the fight, as you know, because you did it right before that fight. It's also necessary in the middle of the fight, because sometimes there are situations where like you're over here, but what if instead there was a third person? What if their Lucio was here still? And they communicated that, and then walk on Reaper, walk on Moira, walk on Tracer. Where's their disengage? They're speeding in on your team. Now you're trying to catch up because you're not with the team. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, I do like that you're hitting your shots. You're good in the fight, but if you could be doing this while also being able to enable someone, purposefully enabling, not accidentally enabling a teammate, then that's even better. Be careful. You lost your wall riding a little bit. You don't want to make yourself an easy target for a third. Overall, fine. You have great aim. You know how to utilize Lucio. You know how to play him. Main things I could say so far is that you over move. You don't really need to be moving as much as you are. When you're just tapping onto the walls, you're jumping, you're playing above the team. Again, it's making you a much easier target to hit, no matter who you're running, no matter who's on your team or on the enemy team. You're just easier and more obvious to hit, making yourself a much more killable target. And then also remember to be enabling someone and not redditing around as much. So, obviously, I didn't state this in the scrim. Let's see if that changes here. And if it doesn't change here, then I don't think it's going to change throughout the match.
I am so ready for this.
Now, where is... Okay. Here, Echo is dead. Again, like I said, you shouldn't be looking to be with Echo. If Moira is going to play with Soldier, you don't necessarily need to, and that's fine. So playing here, that's fine. I like this. I actually do like what I just watched, because you don't really, the person that you would normally speed around is already being pocketed in some way. So you could be looking to enable this Doomfist a little bit more than instead, and support him, even though he died. Yep, and good disengage. We could be looking to maybe regroup with the team a little bit and trying to help them disengage instead. I do like the mindset. We could have been just doing it maybe instead kite back here. Allow these two to disengage as well instead of just getting yourself out here.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, you make the effort a little bit here. Yeah. Just a little bit too late because we already long rotated out. At this point, it's not even on you. The team just needs to change angles. We don't want to fight for this.
What do you mean?
We just want to give them this area and rotate out. So there's nothing really I can say here. Okay. Okay. Oh, you were trying to die.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna turn around against that.
Nah,
you thought I just gave up?
No, I thought you were just not that you gave up. I thought you were just fucking with them and just standing behind her because she didn't see you.
Nah, I thought she would turn around. That's why I just stood there.
Yeah. All you had to do here, if you are gonna do something like this, boop her off, force her to reset her positioning, then regroup with the team. If you do recognize this opportunity. Otherwise, we could look to be still trying to enable. But like, if we go back, let's see how you did at enabling either Shu or Big Apple. Not amazingly. We could remember you're moving with the team, but you're not moving with the. You're a pocket in a sense. Treat it more or less as if you're playing like a mercy pocket, but you're a speed pocket instead. Like we could have been sitting with Shu the whole time, getting the better angle, where this Nano Winston would not have instantly seen us, as well as we get access to the Valked Mercy, while also we're enabling one of our stronger characters, or someone that's able to output more damage than us, the Soldier, who is going to die due to, well, his own poor positioning, but as well as his lack of support from speed or healing. He might have died either way, but we're still... You're over here again. You're not with the team. Still not with the team. What? Oh, playing for OT. Never mind, I'm dumb.
Alright. At least I saw a good ball. I gotta work on them.
Yeah. It's not difficult. It's just mainly the team play aspect of Lucio.
Yeah, cause I've never really been a main support, so I don't mind learning this shit.
Yeah, it's important to it is important to know because it also helps if you are with Lucio that doesn't know what they're doing. Because it's assisting them in understanding what they need to do. And if you swap back to DPS, you could make these calls, Lucio, play with me, and then you could tell them if they're not playing with you or not. Because you'll know that. Because let's say you were in Shu's position, would you not want that Lucio with you all the time? At least as best as you can.
I wouldn't be down there.
Well, yeah, you might not have been down there, but would you not want that Lucio?
Nah, I'm joking.
Would you not want the Lucio with you? At least,
no, yeah, if I'm playing Sojourn or something like that, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Because you want that extra speed boost. So seeing a Lucio not with you, when they could have been supporting you in some way, it's a little interesting. So going forward, I think you could really look to work on that. Number one, look to enable. Always look to enable. See who on your team is the easiest for you to play with. It's sometimes the tank, like obviously if you're running a Rhine comp, if the team is running a Rhine comp, you want to be with that Reinhardt, or even sometimes with Ramatra. But sometimes there's also, if there's a situation where the team is running dive, like my team does, you could be looking to run with the Sojourner or Soldier, or Reaper, whichever we are running at the time. One of the lower mobility characters, but in order to allow them to maximize their positioning and rotations. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay.